and welcome to the Women's Cave.
And also
wow,
the
we did this
podcast.
Ladies Tale podcast too. Like we really did this together.
We're rocking it. Except we both said the wrong podcast.
Of course we
together.
did. Together though. Like so it was like wrongness together.
Professional mistakes. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we should coin that phrase. That's a poem. That's a poem. We're gonna write that poem.
And it's now a shirt.
Yeah, I want a professional mistake. Like I feel like that.
That's what our brand is.
High five. Woo! Just social distance styles. COVID out here, y'all. Don't touch hands.
No, please don't.
Don't do it. No, cut that out.
There's people in the movies and they're shaking hands.
You're like, oh, so many germs.
I got Purell for you.
You're like, you're already pumping the Purell. Like, stop it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh wait, it was cool. It was 2019. We can still do that. All right.
Anyway, we should probably talk about what we do.
Right. We wrote literary life guides with pop poetry, right? Like some people want to call them anthologies, poetry anthologies, and I will accept it only because this book, The Women's Cave and Other Pop Poems, a Misfit Guide, which are #1 on new release poetry anthologies. I'm gonna petition Amazon and be like, can we call it literary life guide though? So it'll sound cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have, and I thought divorce was bad with other life lessons, and I thought being grown up was easy. What is going on today? I don't know.
Your hair is just flip flopping.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, so I'm just gonna be in your eye. And it was doing, and then in my eye. Oh wait, I'm Jade,
and I'm Winona.
We forgot to introduce ourselves, y'all.
We really did.
Yeah.
Okay, continue on.
Oh yeah. So yeah, and if only I were me of a memoir in verse, and I thought I did my journey alone. Yeah,
so
and all
of our 17 books,
17, 20. I don't. Y'all could go on Amazon and count them up. So anyway, you can
let us know.
Yes, let us know how many books we have. You can find everything you ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com. But enough about us and my hair flip-flopping through my glasses. Like, what is that? We're going to talk about our wonderful guest. Wonderful guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, guys. I am Nate Simpson from London Town, England. And I'm a singer-songwriter, performer, actor, artist. Excited to join this amazing, intriguing, hilarious show.
Speaking, what he really meant was quirky and a little kooky, but it's cool.
No.
Ourselves in the middle of our spiel. Anyway, I have questions. Yes, we do have questions. The first question is, you're an actor as well. I did not know this.
So when you started acting, what got you into acting, and then two-part question because I'm tailoring Winona's. How did you transition into singing songwriting?
Well, it was the other way around. So I was a singer-songwriter. I've been a singer-songwriter for the past 15 years. And just did, have been releasing music and touring and, performing with my band and doing shows up and down all over everywhere. And then about 3 years ago, I stepped into doing musical theatre and did Motown, the musical, here in London. And and just just wanted to branch out and try, new things and just, stay creative and stay, pushing myself and
So I have to ask a non-generic question because normally we're like, how did you start? Our normal generic question. I have to ask a non-generic question. You looked so surprised when you did your voice. When you did The Voice, wasn't The Voice?
X Factor.
Oh, X Factor.
Mm-hmm.
You did X Factor in the UK. What was going through your mind right then?
That is a non-generic question. Not been asked that before. I don't know. I think I was definitely very young, but kind of a bit like a deer in headlights. Like I had some kind of idea of like what to expect, and like having heard things and been around things for a while, like I just kind of just went in like, I guess a bit cautious, but at the same time just open-minded. And then being there, you're just like, oh, okay, like this is, it's a constant it's a constant wheel that's like moving all the time. So it's like 1 minute you're at this stage doing this, next minute you're at that stage doing this. Do you know what I mean? So I think I just kind of was just a bit.
How did you cope with the stress and the competitiveness to keep your edge and maintain your joy in the art?
I don't think that I was stressed. I don't think that I was competitive either. I think I just, because I was already, like I said before, singer songwriter and recording artist. Prior to that, my thing is always about staying true to the music. That's that's the most important thing for me. So I didn't feel like I was competing. I just thought that I was showing people what I do every day anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
And just trying to introduce people and be like, hey guys, this is little old me in this corner. Do you know what I mean?
yes.
So more that as opposed to I'm gonna take you out, I'm gonna take you out.
You were like, it was X Factor, not Big Brother, okay?
Calm that down. Calm it down. Okay.
And my last real serious question. And then
Wow.
we're going back.
You have real serious questions today. Like, what were you doing? Were you like meditating before we started?
Yeah, we bought a new sauna, and it's a great place to meditate. So great. Yeah, so
you had a new song?
No.
No, a sauna.
Oh, a sauna. Oh, okay.
It's important.
Lovely dry heat. But anyway, so you got time to meditate. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna use. I don't think they're hard questions. So my third question was about how teaching, how it feels. You went from teaching music to now being the person in front of the camera, because you were teaching the people who are going to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Are in front of the camera. Have you broken any of the rules that you told them about performing or voice?
Not really. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I think because I was always performing at the same time as teaching. I was definitely I'm a practice what you preach kind of person. You know what I mean? So I think one of the things that made me enjoy teaching so much was that I was actually able to always be on the wheel of putting my own music out there and being on stage and stuff like that. So it wasn't anything I felt kind of disjointed. It was more just I felt like it was a time where I was just taking more time to just solely focus on myself and what I needed to do for me. But education is so important when it comes to music, and it's something that's missing a lot. So I was always proud to be a part of any project where I was able to uplift or share whatever I've learned in the industry or whatever in my craft with other people. So yeah, I don't know. I never, definitely never broke any rules that I told anyone, kind of thing. But yeah, I just had fun with it. I just knew when it was my time to make sure that okay, you want to step out and do for you what you're trying to encourage other people to do. Then I had to do that for me. So yeah, that was it really.
Okay, wow. Now I'm done. Back to fun and kooky us. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was
okay.
Hard.
So no more meditating before, like no more like deep thinking. That's crazy.
That was. It was woo. So now we have to go back to the fun part.
Yeah, let's
talk.
Okay. Oh wait, let's talk about touring and songwriting first of all. I'm going to try to drag this out of you, right? I try to drag it out of every guest that says they're a songwriter. So, what influenced you as a songwriter? Would it be possibly something that started with a P,
and ended with an O-tree, like poetry?
Oh my god. Well, actually, funny enough, when I was a kid, I did want to write. I always wanted to. I didn't, music. Songwriting came a lot later for me. I always just remember being like, I want to write. I want to write stories. I want to, so that was always my kind of my thing, but not poetry because I'm not that slick like you guys.
We're close to being
cool, right? We try to drag it out of every person. It's like, oh no, I'm a songwriter. We're like, so poetry, was that an influence? Too. Like, come on, say it. Well, that's okay. Writing is still cool, so we love it.
No, yeah, not. I mean, it takes a lot. I feel like I'm learning poetry through songwriting more and more now. Finding just how to express yourself in ways that are not obvious, and tell, but still like tell truthful and authentic stories, I guess. That's I guess how we can kind of relate,
So thank you for like trying to make us cool. We appreciate it. we appreciate it. We really do. But let's talk about like you just wanted to write like stories, and then you're just like, no, I'm going into songwriting. So what
Yeah.
was that like a transition, and then is it different? And how so?
No, well, I mean, when I first started singing, I was always singing other people's songs, and then I started working with musicians, and they were like, "We need our own. We need our own songs. We're tired of the covers," kind of thing. So, I kind of just it was a natural process. I've always been inspired by incredible songwriters like Stevie Wonder or Marvin Gaye or Carole King, or like those kind of amazing storytellers. And so I just knew it was a natural progression for me to just speak about what I was feeling, tell the truth of what my life was really. And that's my process. It's not complicated. I'm by no means one of those. I don't class myself as one of those amazing prolific kind of songwriters, but one thing that I've learned is just to be honest with what I'm saying, and just tell the truth and connect, and make sure that I remember when I did want to be a writer when I was like a very young little budding creative. My grandma would always tell me, she said, if you want to write about something, make sure it's something that you've lived. And I think I carried that into my music. And now I work with, I happily write with other people, because sometimes all the stories aren't within you. As songwriters, everyone thinks it's all got to come from you, and it's like your own little project. But if you let your ego away, sometimes people can say what you want to say better than you. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoy writing with other people now. My new project that's coming out is not completely, but like 80% co-written. So so that's like songwriting's an amazing outlet for you spiritually and musically, and I think that it's a good sharing process.
Absolutely, we believe in co-writing because Winona and I we co-write a lot.
Correct.
Believe in the co-write. We're like,
No,
are you serious? Here's this line that looks horrible. Please to change everything.
How's your process? How does it work for you guys?
A lot of times we just get inspired by like stuff, and then life, and then it goes like, oh, this doesn't sound quite right, Winona.
Today, you heard us say professional mistake, and we literally are going to write a poem about that.
Yes,
it's running through my head as I'm interviewing
you like professional mistake. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen, kids. That's real, and
that's good. So that means you're inspired by real life, by by actual real life moments. That's amazing.
So you will find us more in a bar than you will find us anywhere else on tour, because people talk, and you get like inspired by just people telling their story and speaking their truth. It's like, oh, well, I thought that was only me.
Yeah,
I'm definitely right about that.
so true. So true.
So I would like to go back to one of our favorite subjects, which is touring. Yes. Mm-hmm. So what is it like for you touring? And then what do you miss the most since COVID has taken most of the touring away?
And also, let's talk about food on tour.
Yeah, but that was going to be my tertiary question.
She's like, give me
wow. Good word, dude. High five.
All right. Touring is, I think, for me, one of my favorite parts of performing. Just getting to see the world, meet new people. It doesn't compare to anything. I think that getting that instant feeling, or instant reaction from your audience it's second to none. And I think that even though when I started, it wasn't on the scale that it is now. I've always performed, like from the second that I started. I don't think I've had more than a week or two off from performing in the past 15 years. So the fact that this whole year is gone, and we've been lucky over here that I've been able to do some shows in the last 2 or 3 months. Nothing on the same scale, but just little bits here and there. And it's strange. Like, even when I do it now, it feels totally different to any other time in my whole career, because it just feels a lot more like overwhelming, I guess.
So I'm gonna be a narcissist at this moment, and I want to say I kind of understand. I will never understand your level because you're much cooler than
Oh
us.
yeah, we write poetry. Come on,
We write poetry.
Come on.
But we talk about half the year, and so yesterday, actually last night, I had a dream that I was getting on a plane and going somewhere. I was smiling so hard in my sleep, I woke myself up because my lips got tired. Smiling. I was like, I'm back on tour. Back on tour.
Doing something. Oh no, still
I
home.
woke up and I'm like, dang it, I'm still home.
Still home. Still home.
But the funny thing is, the interesting thing is, with that all said, I think as much as I'm excited to go back into doing shows and stuff, I now have, like when I've done shows recently, the little ones, nerves, like I've never had nerves in my whole career. And now I'm like, every time I go to do a gig, I'm like, am I prepared enough? How are people going to think? How are people going to take it? I just feel like not a totally different form of, because when people come and see me, they're like, we're getting the same. Or if not, I feel like I'm definitely more connected with myself at the moment. So, you know, but it's more just a case of like, I just feel inwardly like the jitters, you know, and people have always said to me, how do you deal with the nerves as a performer? And I'm like, I don't really get them. Well, now I can now I can tell people, do you know what I mean? So
no, I understand. Not really, but I mean, we've taken away too much of your time. But I do.
We are overtime.
We are overtime. Say it. But we had said we were doing that Tetrary question, which would be what's your favorite food on tour and in which town?
Ooh.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
That's a tough one. Okay.
I feel bad about that. Well, and that way it'll help you.
Say ours, and then you'll have time to think about
it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that.
Okay, yeah, you go. You tell me your favorite food. Yeah.
Okay, so definitely Chicago and like almost everything.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Everything from like the popcorn to the hot dog windows. Like,
yeah, pretty much. But I mean, Chicago's like our eating place anyway. If we're on tour in Chicago, we stay every day, so we can just eat that entire day.
Oh yeah, and then the extra 2 weeks off because we gotta lose that weight.
I love the food in NOLA in New Orleans. Yeah, I do.
That's a give me.
Yeah. It is.
That's cool. I've never been.
But we were like, when this thing is over, we're definitely going because everyone's just like,
it's
you
amazing.
To go to
one of my favorite places that I've been, actually, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it just feels like it's so rooty, like hearty, I guess that's the word. It's just got, I mean, the music, it being like a foundation of jazz music, and it just feels so traditional, I guess I want to say that. I also love Jamaica. The food there is incredible. Yeah, incredible.
Okay, so yeah, we have to always talk about food.
I would like to say mine, if you don't mind. It's the Denver airport, their breakfast sandwich.
The Denver airport, really? That you had me go overtime for the state of Denver airport. Wow. Okay, sure. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, I just wanted to say.
There's a breakfast sandwich at the shop.
Wow. Denver airport.
Okay,
move on. I feel like now I have nothing else. The Denver airport.
Do you feel like I wasted your time saying that?
Say again?
Do you feel like I wasted your time saying the Denver airport?
I did think you was gonna say more like something like soul food, something like more home based, you know, like
no, Denver airport. That's so like the Denver airport. Okay, anyway.
No, we don't judge.
Where can people? This is terrible.
Go ahead.
Where can people find out more about you and what's going on, and what's next for you?
I have some really exciting things coming out next year, which I'm overwhelmed about. Some I can say. So I have an album coming out. I can talk about that. That's obviously something that's been on my heart to do for such a long time, but having been blessed enough to work so much and performing over the last 5 years, I guess it's kind of always taken the back seat in terms of priority. Whereas this year, I said it's gonna be done. So that's coming out early next year, and the rest, keep in touch with me on social media to see the rest.
Okay.
Do you put out there where they can what your social media
handles?
Nate Simpson live on everything.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for taking time out and coming on today. We really appreciate it.
I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I did. You guys are so much fun. Have me back, please.
You will definitely be coming back because we're going to talk about some more of the Denver airport.
No.
We'll know that.
Anyway. By then.
Are you sure? Are you positive? I don't know.
Wrap us up, please.
Okay, yeah, I'll just go ahead and wrap us up. See? There we are. Yeah, you can find out everything that these are doing on www.andwethought.com. While you're there, we'll know that.
Take a moment, go
to the Denver airport.
Shut up. Go to the Ladies podcast. And you missed day one about food, and it's over. And it says Ladies Tale podcast, and you can watch this podcast. You can hear this podcast. You can also hear professional actors read my lovely television script.
Well, I hope, I'm gonna help you write it, and I'm gonna put the Denver airport.
I know
it's in it. It's in there. It's in there now. It's over. It's over. Well, Nona has to get her sandwich. Oh yeah, it's over. It's over. Anyway, while you're there, though, more importantly than all of that I just said, please go to the ladies tab and go down to the middle and see the charities that we proudly support. Maybe you can support them too, even if it's just with a kind word, and at them on social media and say thank you for doing this wonderful work in the world. We would appreciate it, and they would appreciate it too. And just remember, y'all, wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Will Nona
and Jade. Bye bye. Oh yeah, thanks for listening.